Eskom spokesperson Khulu Phasiwe says roads are being barricaded by protesters around at least 6 power stations as well as Eskom regional offices. This comes as workers affiliated to NUM and NUMSA protest against Eskom's failure to grant a pay increase this year. Phasiwe says those workers not joining the protest are being intimidated. Eskom workers are also picketing outside the utility's Megawatt Park head office that's in the north of Johannesburg. Phasiwe says the power supply there has been cut off without explanation. For more now, we cross to our reporter Mbongeni Mutwa, who is also out at Megawatt Park. Good afternoon, Mbongeni. Do detail to us, is it a safe picket thus far? Has anyone been injured? Is it okay for now for people to understand that the situation isn't as dire as it could be?
Well, let me say that here, just to give you an update, here, people started arriving here for this at around 9 o'clock. It's supposed to be a lunch hour picket. It's not a strike, but as from 9 o'clock this morning, people started arriving here. They've been singing and dancing and chanting and walking up and down towards the gate of Eskom, singing songs, saying that they are demanding their money from Eskom management. We expect the leadership of NUMSA and NUM, which is David Spunzi for NUM. We are told that he will read the memorandum at 1 o'clock, and then also Ivan Jim will also give a speech. At the moment, I'm going to start part of the shot just to give you a picture, a view of what's happening behind me. Outside the gate there, you can see the people are gathered. We've been having speeches by low-level or low-ranking leaders of the both unions, you know, rousing the crowds, demanding that the CEO of Eskom, Pagamani Hadebe, should step down, that he must go, and so on and so on. Also, we've been seeing buses arriving, bringing people as usual. So basically, that is the scene at the moment here. Of course, we understand that, we know from yesterday that on the ground at the power stations, there's a problem because there's a wildcat strike that began 2 nights ago. And the Eskom management did come out and painted a picture that actually this poses a risk to the security of supply in the country. They can't guarantee it. So today, it's a picket, lunch hour picket. And then as long as this impasse, the wage impasse continues. Now they are preparing to go to the CMA. We still don't have a date of when they are going there. The security of supply looks like it's going to be under threat on the ground because already there is strike action and intimidation, people being prevented from going to work, those that want to go to work. We were told that people have been getting threatening messages. Not just the workers themselves, but their family members too have been threatened as part of this process. That is the situation as it stands at the moment. We wait now for 1 o'clock for the official program to start. We don't know who on the side of Eskom is going to come out to receive the memorandum from the workers out here.
Just very quickly as well, the NUM has said that a middle ground could be around 10%, while at the same time the Minister of Public Enterprises, Minister Pravin Gordhan, has said that they will return to the table, of course not with a 0% pay increase, which of course is nothing at all. Have you heard any word regarding that? Is that an affirmation? Is there an affirmation regarding that indeed 10% is the middle ground?
10% was the settlement, the last settlement in the last round that happened. Of course, it's worth actually going back to that last round because it was the turning point for Eskom. Up until the last round, Eskom, or how Eskom had functioned with regards to wage negotiations, was on the basis of the law, which says that Eskom employees are classified as essential service. Therefore, like the nurses and whoever, the doctors, the police, the army, they are not allowed to strike. The workers in the last round, they broke that back of the camel by gathering en masse after the work a deadlock, and they said, tomorrow we are downing tools, come rain or shine. That caused the Eskom management to quickly come around and give them the double-digit demand that they were demanding. Of course, it was 10% at the time, and the strike was averted. Everyone was happy. So now, this provision that workers at Eskom can't strike because they're social service, it only exists on paper now. So it is a serious situation. The minister coming out to say that Eskom must return to the table, not to the 0%. It is because of that. It's been demonstrated in the last round with the strike threats that Eskom caved into, and it's been demonstrated now with the wildcat strike that has ensued on the ground as soon as the talks deadlocked at the negotiating table, when both sides officially were saying, okay, in terms of the process, now we go through CCMA. So we're living in a new world, in new times, a time of fasts. So that is what we have now. This impasse has to be resolved one way or the other. The workers have drawn a line on the sand with regards to this. They've made it clear that they, like the last time, what they want is a double-digit increase. Yeah. Of course, the minimum of a double-digit is 10%. So if they get 10%, then everything, like the last time, then everything should get back to normal as quick as possible. And then the cloud hanging over the country right now of lights going out will be removed. It seems at the moment that that is the only path forward in terms of ending this impasse. A precedent was already set in the last round. I don't see how Eskom or the government can go back on that precedent that was set. It happened, it did happen, and right now we are seeing the consequences of that.
Sure. Bongani Mdwa, thank you so much for the time out at Megawatt Park in Sunninghill here in Johannesburg, detailing just that what looks to be for now a picket that is not violent at all, just outside Eskom, and of course there are a few other protests around the country. We'll get into that story as well a little bit later on.